Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat, and I have had so many new subscribers in the last two videos, so I want to say welcome to the new subscribers. I'm happy to have you here, and welcome back to my current subscribers. I am actively trying to grow this channel. We're in a recession right now, but I believe that we're actually moving into a depression. And so I'm preparing my garden. We grow a lot of our own food here in Southern California, and I've tightened up our budget, and I'm preparing for an economic downturn. So any hobby that I can monetize in some way is always good. But this is really fun for me. I used to have planner meetups at my house, and I don't anymore after the pandemic. So this is really fun. This is like my connection to my my former planning community that I used to have at my house every week. So let's just get to it. We're going out of town for Thanksgiving, so there's no real need for me to do weekly planning this week because we are going to be out of town. So I just felt like we'll do a little catch up, a little chatty kind of chit chat about things that are going on and things that are changing. So that's what we're doing. We're not doing a flip per se, and we're not doing a plan with me, but we're just doing a chatty catch up. So we are going out of town, so packing lists. My daughter and husband both have ADHD, and so it's my job and my planner's job to keep everyone on top of everything. These are new stickers I got for planning because my aesthetic is kind of rainbow meets black. So those are fun. And then I had a question in the comments about my mood tracker. So this is my mood tracker, and for the last 2 years or so, I haven't been tracking my moods because I've been stable. But isn't it funny how the universe kind of works? So I was stable, and I was asking, or I was planning on starting to track in December because my moods get really wonky in December. It's a little bit of some seasonal kind of affective disorderness. It's really my bipolar, but it happens seasonally without fail every time. And so I was going to print them out for December. But after that comment in my last video, the question about the mood trackers in the last video, I started to have depression. And I'm not blaming that person. It's not their fault. But what I noticed is that my depression actually came a week earlier than it normally does. So I printed out a November and a December, and I'll just explain this. So my bipolar, I have a really bad version of my bipolar. It's not bipolar 1. It's more like bipolar 2. I have what's called mixed states, which means I can be manic and depressed at the same time. And because I have mixed states, it's very hard to treat. It's hard to medicate. It's hard to track. And I would say about 12 years ago, this chart actually got me the medical care that I desperately needed. So after my daughter was born, my husband and I suspected I had bipolar for a few years before she was born, 12 years ago. But my therapist kept saying, no, you don't have bipolar, you just have depression occasionally. Anxiety, definitely. PTSD, absolutely, but no bipolar. And my husband's a therapist, and he kept seeing it, and my therapist kept not seeing it. And he was getting really frustrated with my therapists. And after my daughter was born, my hormones went wonky, and my postpartum depression was extreme. And if it wasn't for me charting my moods with this tracker, my doctors would have never seen that I actually have bipolar, because in mixed state bipolar, they'll think I'm not depressed or manic when I'm actually both currently at the same time. And so they will say, oh, well, you're not depressed because I happen to be manic at that time, when in fact I'm actually in both manic and depressed at the same time. And so I started to track as if I had it. And I met with my psychiatrist, brilliant psychiatrist, and she looked at all of my charts, and she was the one that saw that I had mixed state bipolar. And so this chart, the red is the manic phase, and the blue is the depressive phase, and then the yellow is stable, normal. So highs, normal, lows. And then each day of the month has a column, and these are all the meds I'm on to keep me stable and manage my bipolar and my cholesterol. And then I track self-care, sleep, which has been really off, which is probably why I was having mental health problems last week, and therapy. Whether I meet with my psych or my therapist, I chart it here. And then any notes or any kind of things that I need to make note of for the moods. And so I need to fill out November. And I chart my moods differently than most people do. Because I have mixed state bipolar, I track both day and evening with various colors on my chart, so that I can tell if in the morning I was manic and in the afternoon I was depressed. And so on this one column, you might actually see 2 or 3 dots. So I need to do that. So we'll do that later. But that's my mood tracker. And I got this from the Black Dog Institute, and I took their rough idea and then I tailored it to my needs, my medications, all of the things I'm tracking, and I made it wide size in Excel to match my needs, what I needed for my planner, what I needed for my tracking. So those are my mental health trackers. Then I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, so yeah, last week I didn't get anything. I took like 3 or 4 days off, and I couldn't figure out why. And I told my friend, my really good friend, that I just wasn't motivated to do anything. And I went back and I looked, like this day has nothing, and it's because my depression had come and I hadn't realized it. So it's always good to talk to your friends too. So yeah, tracking moods. So I do way more than just life in pixels. Because of my bipolar, I need more than just a colorful chart of stuff. I need to actually know what's happening. Okay, cool. No weekly plan this week. I'll explain this a little bit. So we're in my busy season and my life feels like it's falling apart. It's not really falling apart. My planner's keeping me on top of everything, but it just feels like I'm not keeping a good handle on things. And I was kind of envious of all of these girls that have like their Sunday reset or their weekly reset. And I realized that that might actually help me if I had like a ritual or a routine each week that I do, that would help me stay on top of things that are falling through the cracks, like my house cleaning and my financials and all of that. So I started here this morning and yesterday. I started brainstorming what I would want in my weekly reset, what day I would want to do it. One for personal, one for work. Work would be Monday or Friday. I haven't decided which. And so I started to read blog posts on weekly resets. I started to watch a couple videos. I'm not going to do like the whole skincare routine and all of that, although I might need it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm doing more of the stuff that I need to kind of maintain sanity and being on top of stuff. So this is my brainstorm for that. So you'll probably see that in December. I haven't decided. I think I'm going to laminate like a checklist and then have it tucked in on Sundays, because I think my weekly reset for my personal is going to be on Sunday, and then my work is going to be on Monday. So I think I'm going to make like a little, just like this, but thicker, wider. And that'll be like my reset checklist that I'll have kind of tucked in the rings there. And then I'm starting to set up for, or not setting up, I'm starting to brainstorm December, and I got a white Moterm. It's like an off-white cream color. I have black rings coming from Germany. They will come on Friday when we come back from visiting my family in the Bay Area. So it'll be black and white, and this will be my December setup. And I have the color scheme for December already picked out. I just need to paint the dividers and the setup, and that'll be doing, so Saturday we're doing holiday decorations. We're going to be exhausted, dead to the world. And then Sunday. So Sunday I will probably be doing my painting of my new holiday dividers. And my colors are going to be hot pink like this, and a dark pine green in the white cover with the black rings. So that's my plan. I just need to sit down and actually paint for a couple hours. But that's always fun once I actually get set up and do it. Cool. So that's my December. Oh, but the funny thing about the white planner was I thought I bought it already. I have so many personal wide planners from being in a personal wide for like 17 years, somewhere around there, 17, 16, somewhere around there. And I have so many personal wide planners that I lose track of the colors that I have. So all of last month, I was scouring my office and my garage downstairs, agonizing over the fact that I couldn't find my white planner. And I thought I had black rings, but the black rings I bought are broken. They have gaps in them, so they were cheap and worthless, and I wasted money on them. But I thought I had the white planner already, and I was so stressed about finding this damn planner, and apparently I never bought it. I wanted it. It was on a wish list. I thought I bought it, but I never bought it. So I did actually buy it last week so that I don't have to search my office high and low for it. So that was kind of funny and neurotic and not so fun, but I think it's funny now that I am not thinking about it. So today is probably the only planning I'm going to be doing through the week because my daughter's on break, which is up here. It's a shower night. But tomorrow we hit the road for the Bay Area. So there's no point in like doing an extensive weekly plan because I'll be on the road. And I want to mark this. So I'm marking it with washi so that I know I'm out of town this day. I'll cut that. So I'm not doing any planning Tuesday through half of Friday, because I'll be out of town. But I felt like I needed to do a video and catch up with you all, because I love that the channel is growing and that you're commenting. That's always fun. So we're staying in a hotel while I'm at my sister's. It's just easier because my niece and nephew are teenagers and they don't want to share a room, and I totally get it. So we're staying in a hotel. So that's tomorrow. We're on the road for 8 hours, 7.5 hours. And then I have people coming, my mother-in-law coming to take care of my dog and my daughter's chinchilla, and our neighbor coming to take care of my dog and chinchilla on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day. And then my mother-in-law is taking care of the dog and the chinchilla on Friday. So I marked that in the planner. So even though I say I'm not doing like weekly planning, I'm still very actively in the planner. It's just not what it normally is. It's not like sit down with the weekly plan sheet and do all of that. So that's that. So this tells me that we're coming back on Friday as well. So like visually I can just flip through the pages and I know when I'm out of town and when I'm coming back. So that's pretty much the only planning I'm going to be doing. And then Saturday we're doing Christmas decorating, which takes a very long time. I have 2 Christmas trees. I decorate a little bit in each room. Yeah, so we do a lot of decorating. So that's like an all-day event on Saturday. I want to do a planner flip video on Saturday because by then I'll have my December painted dividers already. I'm doing that in the morning and then I'm doing your video in the afternoon. So you'll see the December setup, which is exciting. So that'll be all ready to go. The work planner, so I'm not doing any weekly planning for work this week, but I will be this afternoon with Post-its marking out which days of December I'm going to be writing what chapters. And I do that with Post-its so that I can move things around if I don't actually write on that day or write that particular chapter that day. Because I am under tight deadline to get the next vampire romance book done by the end of December. And my other pen name is going to have a book done at the end of December as well. And I'm way behind because of my depression last week. And I might be able to get a chapter done today, probably not. But if I'm really on top of it, maybe. And so I need to mark out my chapters and plan December. And I'll do that today before I leave town so that my brain can start thinking about the chapters I need to write and I know what to do when we get home. There's no time to like fuss or wonder when we get home. So yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm doing a little bit of work planning today, but not extensive like in the last plan with me. And I'm setting up for December on Saturday. I need to print out my inserts too. And I did move my cleaning. I used to use Fly Lady, and although I don't like her as a person, I like her system. And so I put her system in my planner on an insert that I got from let's see, Kika Printables on Etsy, to keep track of like what zone and what things happen in what zone. And then I printed blanks here so that I can fill them out as I do that particular task in that zone for the week. But this is my master. And then also in December, I need to start working out again. That helps with my moods, but it also helps with my health. And so I'm gonna put in a monthly calendar and start to track monthly as well, to track my videos that I do for you guys, to track my workouts that I need to do. I'm gonna be walking and swimming as my workout. So I'll track which days I do what in the monthly calendar. So I'll have that. I'll probably print that out today and then put them in the December planner setup. What other things need to happen? I think that's about it. But so quite a few planner changes, but nothing, everything in the works, but nothing fully cemented yet until September. But I'm excited to show you guys that. I've been using, when I was in my planner, I've been using those Bible highlighters, and I love them. They don't bleed through, which is awesome because highlighters are notorious for bleed through, and they're colorful. They're just a little pop of color. It's so nice. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna use those a lot more in the planner. I think I used them here a little bit to add some color. So yeah, I've had a lot going on in life, and then not so much with the depression. But that's the catch up that I wanted to do with you guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you guys have a fabulous holiday. Holidays are always hard for me with my family and my mental health. So make sure to take care of yourself, take care of your stress. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, I love to chat with you in the comments. So feel free to start a conversation with me. I'm so happy you're here, and I can't wait to share more with you. All right, bye.